On Funniest Pets and People, a bird on a wire. A pooch gets caught in a spin cycle. A new kind of catnap. Spring cleaning quickly turns to fall. A squirrel goes postal. And a big dog plays Shrug of War. So get comfy and hold on tight as the laughs roll in. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Go on and get giggly with it. It's smooth moves and grooves. Louisa had tested it over and over. And still, the hair gel was holding. When this doggy's internet crashed, he was forced to communicate with the other dogs the old-fashioned way. I think it's fair to say that this dog does not totally grasp the concept of a yoga mat. We think this cat is really enjoying this soothing baby rocker. Wow, dude. We consulted our canine expert to decipher exactly what this dog is trying to say.
Why is everyone covering their ears? Why are you all running away? And why are the birds flying away? It's my breath, isn't it?
A what? A chihuahua?
This owner is trying to teach his dog how to identify other dogs.
What is it? Good girl. What kind of dog? A what?
Of course, dogs already do this, employing their own highly sophisticated technique. It's called sniffing. Wow. When you are a possum and you're in the forest at nighttime, good luck finding that contact lens. Yeah, you know, based on this trailer, I don't think I'm going to be rushing out to the theater to see two dogs and a baby. The irony is, this lady was looking for her Get Organized workbook. enough of what you'll look back on as good times. The living room, the dining room, the living room, the dining room. Walter was on the fence. Now you see, this is just the kind of thing that happens every time they have Bring Your Cat to Work Day. This isn't what his instructor meant when he said to go out and hit a bucket of balls. The squirrel knew Harvard was a long shot. But he just could not wait to see those SAT scores. Why is Billy running into the wall? Well, because he doesn't have the words yet to tell his sister, I don't want to play house anymore. Actually, this is just as well. Jenny's folks don't think they could eat another easy-bake brownie. This is an ancient folk jig done during the harvest to ensure a large and plentiful doctor bill. You see a dog wrestling a ferret. The dog sees a really skinny, ugly cat. Why is this little guy fighting so hard for the stuffed animal? Well, he figures it'll distract the bigger dog from going after him. This doggy thinks he's finally solved his itching problems. But he's just traded in fleas for splinters. Coming up, a tango with the mop and glow. And giddy up becomes giddy down. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. For the young at heart, it's child's play. It was pretty obvious, even from the beginning, exactly who was going to be the one to lose this game of duck, duck, goose. Or boy, boy, turkey. entering the turn. It's Baby's Bottom way ahead of the pack. Baby's Bottom heads into the stretch. It's Baby's Bottom all alone out there, and... Oh! Baby has landed on his bottom. He's out of the race. Okay, it seems like kind of a strange cleansing treatment. But this little girl figured having the cat chew on her face made at least as much sense as scrubbing it with mud. And this is what happens when you let a Great Dane sleep in your bed. And I don't mean Victor Borge either. Now a chance to laugh during work. It's chore time. In hindsight, ecru was a fabulous color for the living room wall. But not the best flavor. Salmon would have been much better. You know, trying to understand why a dog attacks vacuums and mops is like trying to understand one of the ancient mysteries of an animal's primordial... What's that? Oh, they spilled meat juice on the floor and he wants to lick it up. Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer. This little doggy wants to make his bed perfectly. But he's really struggling to smooth it out when it finally hits him. I'm a dog. I sleep in dirt. Why is this dog trying to stop the mower? Well, he figures shorter grass makes it easier for other dogs to see where he buried the bones. This owner has taught his dog to pick up and toss out the trash. Now, if only the dog could teach his owner to stop littering. Walter may learn to climb trees and chase mice and might even learn to fight big bad dogs.
But he's not ready to give up his blue blankie.
Zip up and smile, 'cause some like it cold. Bill had something to prove today. Gravity. This young tobogganer is determined to make his mark in the world. And he does. In the snowdrift. And with this run, Brian won the world record for most skiers mowed down in one day. Coming up, the claw versus the paw. And a dim bulb knocks out the lights. When we return to funniest pets and people. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Hey, look up there. It's feathered friends. Boy, the lengths you gotta go to get a cracker around here. The partridge had enough of the pear tree. He wanted that Jeep and he meant business. You know when you think of something brilliant, a light bulb appears over your head? Yeah? Well, guess what happens when you do something really dumb? Put on your cool black clothes, it's time for fashion. Inflatable lifesaver, check. Swimming goggles, check. Okay, Buttons, now, will you take that bath already? The owners didn't notice their dog was removing both his doggy sweaters. They were too busy putting a Speedo on the fish. You know, it's one thing to shock your parents by getting your tongue pierced.
Hang on your lip. Hang him on your lip. Do it, do it, do it.
But this is, no, this is just stupid.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay, grab him. He's gonna drop now. Okay, all right. Oh no. Maybe.
Ladies, this is just the kind of thing you can expect when you wear that perfume. Oh, du bacon. Coming up, a puppy enjoys some finger food. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Better not get used to that, Blackie. Finger-flavored dog treats are pretty hard to come by. See you next time.